Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to have a little bit of a look at that upcoming, well, it's an upcoming Pokemon TCG set called Pokémon Card 151. And ladies and gentlemen, this one seems super exciting. Now, this is not, I should mention, the first time I've talked about this on this channel. I talked about this the other day when it was first, well, I want to say revealed. Revealed isn't really the right word. It's not been revealed per se, but it's done that thing where it's been listed on a bunch of websites, so we know it's coming. It's a thing, so we're just waiting for the official reveal. Now, the set itself is coming out on June the 16th, which is really rather lovely, and it should be revealed in April. That's what we're expecting at this stage. But we have some new information today, some of which is very, very interesting indeed. Not just the fact that it's going to be revealed in April, because honestly, I'm not going to do it myself right now, but generally speaking, sets are revealed 5 or 6 weeks before they're actually released. So if we know that the set is coming out on June the 16th, you can go back 5 or 6 weeks and figure out when it's actually going to be revealed. And if you go back 5 or 6 weeks, you're going to realize that there is a big tournament one of those weekends. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. So yeah, beginning of April, big tournament. Look out for that. Here's the thing though. We now know, and this kind of was known beforehand. Well, no, that's a lie. Known is the wrong word. We suspected beforehand, but now we've received confirmation that it is going to feature all of the 151 original Pokemon, and 2 of the EXs being featured are Wigglytuff and Alakazam. Now, Wigglytuff's kind of a big deal. We'll get to that in a minute. Alakazam is a huge deal, ladies and gentlemen. An absolutely huge deal. Because if we look at the past few years, the past couple of decades, honestly, of the Pokemon TCG, we've had plenty of Alakazam, but it's all been a little bit cheeky. So we had Alakazam V, but of course all Pokemon Vs are basic, so you didn't need the pre-evolutions. We had Radiant Alakazam. Again, basic, even though it's actually a stage 2. We had Alakazam EX with the associated Mega, but again, all EXs are basic, so that's fine. We had Alakazam GL and Alakazam, E4, because it was an Elite 4, not a Gym Leader Pokemon, along with the associated Level X. But again, Alakazam E4 was a basic Pokemon like all SP Pokemon were. And then and we had Alakazam Star as well. That's one we can mention. And my absolute favourite was the Alakazam from Mysterious Treasures. Because that actually gave us a full-on proper job Abra. The only Abra we have had since Skyridge, more on that in a minute, was the Abra that came around in Mysterious Treasures, because it had the attack Ultra Revolution, 2 energy, search the deck for an Alakazam, and put this onto Abra. This counts as evolving Abra. Because we know that we stopped making Kadabra cards. There was a whole lawsuit thing. Just don't worry about it. I've covered it on this channel. Point is, there was a whole lawsuit to do with Dark Kadabra, which in Japanese basically translates to Evil Kadabra, I believe. And basically, it was a Pokemon which was seen very much to be using the likeness of Yuri Geller, and basically, Pokemon stopped making Kadabra cards. We had the Kadabra in Skyridge, and that was it. Since Skyridge, we have not had any Kadabra cards. Skyridge came out in May 2003. So by the time we get this set, bearing in mind this set's coming out in June, by the time we get this set, it will have been more than 20 years. More than 20 years since we've actually had a Kadabra. And we know that we have to be getting a Kadabra for 2 reasons. Number 1, It says we're getting all 151 Pokemon. Well, yeah, that includes Kadabra. Number 2, we know we're getting Alakazam EX. And these aren't like the Big X we got a few years ago, where we got an Alakazam, but it was a basic Pokemon, so it's fine. This is the Little X, the new one. And if we look at the Gardevoir line, it's just an excuse to look at the artwork, I'll be honest with you. But we can see, firstly, these are all the artwork rares, because they're amazing. But also, you'll notice that nowadays, the new version of EXs are the correct stage. We've got a Gardevoir, which means we also have a Routes and a Curlier. If we're getting an Alakazam, we must also be getting a Kadabra, and we must be getting an Abra. So, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. It is on. Of course, there was a tweet that Uri Geller sent out a while ago now, basically saying, I'm truly sorry for what I did 20 years ago. Kids and grown-ups, I'm releasing the ban. It's now all up to Nintendo to bring my Kadabra Pokemon card back. It will probably be one of the rarest cards now. Much energy and love to all. Now, it won't be one of the rarest cards. It will be an uncommon, like Evolving Stage 1s are. But in terms of Pokemon that have not seen much love in the TCG, as in have had few cards, yes. Yes, Kadabra will. And when that tweet got sent out, we were all like, yeah, there's going to be a Kadabra in 5 minutes' time. No, there isn't. But this basically turns around what happened before and means that Pokemon don't need to worry about making a Kadabra and worrying about lawsuits of it being Uri Geller's likeness and all that malarkey. And it looks like it's finally happening. Every Pokemon is somebody's favourite Pokemon. And what that basically means is there's some poor person out there, maybe a few of them, whose favourite Pokemon is Kadabra, and has just been like waiting for a new card for years. Because we had base set Kadabra, we then had Dark Kadabra in Team Rocket, Sabrina's Kadabra in Gym Challenge, and then we had a Kadabra in Expedition, a Kadabra in Skyridge, and that was back in 2003, and we've had nothing since. There's been 5 unique Kadabras. The base set 1 got reprinted a couple times in the obvious places, base set 2 and Legendary Collection. But other than that, we have been waiting for a long time, and we're finally getting a new Kadabra. And I, for one, ladies and gentlemen, am absolutely delighted. Plus, remember, these Alakazam cards do tend to be pretty good, so I'm kind of interested. Now, as for Wigglytuff, this one makes me kind of happy, because Wigglytuff did get a GX. That happened. However, not really. Like, okay, let me be clear. Wigglytuff did really get a GX, all right? That's not a lie. Wigglytuff did get a GX, but it was a GX in it was in the family decks over in Japan, and then it was part of, was it Hidden Fates over here? Yeah, Hidden Fates over here, but the whole point of the family collections were that they were designed to be used to play with your family. They were deliberately designed to be a bit simple and a bit easy. And that was very much the whole point of them. So the GXs that were featured in there were, well, to put it nicely, not particularly good. You know, and the Wigglytuff's fine. Free energy, 100 damage, flip 2, get tails, 30 more for each heads. GX attack does 130 and heals all from this Pokemon. As far as it goes from those family decks, it was actually better than most. But, yeah. It wasn't exactly amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't exactly amazing. So, I love that Wigglytuff's getting some love here. That makes me extremely happy, because Wigglytuff's not gotten enough love. And I like that Wigglytuff is getting that little bit of love. Wigglytuff never got a Pokemon V. It did get a Pokemon GX, like I've said, but it was in the family collection. Wigglytuff is one of those Pokemon that just does not get an awful lot of love. We can go right back to Hidden Legends, not Hidden Fates, Hidden Legends, and there was a legitimate Wigglytuff EX back in the day, but we've had that Wigglytuff EX and Wigglytuff GX. They're the only ones we've actually had in terms of chase cards. And actually, I'm sitting here on Pokémon Cards, PKMNcards.com, and I'm looking at all the Wigglytuff cards. It's a great website to go and search for cards. Wigglytuff's adorable. Why have I never shown more love to Wigglytuff? Wigglytuff is full-on adorable. I feel like I'm seeing Wigglytuff for the first time, and I kind of love it. Go Wigglytuff. Everyone loves Jigglypuff. Wiggly needs more love. Right, I'm excited about Wigglytuff EX now. Point is, it's finally getting one, and this is awesome. So like I've said, we're fairly sure that this... Well, okay, we've seen listings, so come on. We know it's coming out in June, on the 16th of June. It should be revealed during a City Champions League on the beginning of April. And it's time to get excited. I called this the new EV Heroes before, and I meant it. There's basically a through line from like Evolutions, which was a nostalgia-fueled set meant to bring in casual fans, through to EV Heroes, which was a nostalgia-fueled set which is supposed to bring in casual fans, to this, which is clearly a nostalgia-fueled set meant to bring in casual fans, and I am into it, ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely into it. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord and chat with us about various things, and you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Trial Captain Aid, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So thank you to them for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.